did here is it is the same format. I put puff pastry here and I put the black rice inside here. I put the black rice inside here so when it's baking here, so it doesn't fluff up. So obviously what I did is I used a fork just to open holes to make sure that at least it doesn't fluff over up. Now what I'm going to do is, earlier I did, this is the steak and kidney. I bought a whole carcass of beef yesterday, and then I had a guy to come and process it here for me. And now after that, there were some kidneys, so I thought, let me just take some of the nyama and some steak. So I decided to look, let me just do that. I made a steak and kidney pie. So what I did is I put this thing, this is a puff pastry, which I put it here, and then after that, the fagale rice inside to make sure that it holds inside. You can use beans, you can use rice, you can use some other people even use salt, the coarse salt. Now what I'm going to do is now I'm filling up these things. I will remove all the rice that was there. And look at this. Look at that. Beautiful. Yeah, now what we do is this. Close. I put a little bit of potatoes inside because I wanted something that to hold. I didn't want to use any thickener. This is steak and kidney. This is kidney. Can you see closer? It's kidney, steak and kidney. It's very, very nice. Tastes so good. Now, as you can see, there you go. This now, what is short here, I need to put a lid in it to make sure that the pie is baked properly. Now I've already prepared some of my puff pastry here, and I still have another one that is still there. I'm going to open it much later. Now what I'm going to do is, I want to do this now. I'm going to gradually close this thing. See, I must make sure that the dough goes all the way into the edges of the pastry. Yeah, now I'm going to get an egg wash to make sure that I wash it, but before the washing, I'm going to cut it. Yeah, I'm going to cut it nicely. Yeah, here's my small knife. Here's a small knife. Yes, gently, just work it gently around. Yeah, that's it. Now this piece, I'm gonna play around with it. I'm gonna do something very, very fancy with it. The other problem that you'll have, once you mix this thing too much with flour, the texture of this thing changes. So try to avoid using much flour as much as you can. If you can avoid that flour, please do that. I'm gonna roll it. Now, if you don't have molds, just use some of your, what are these called, the shots. I'm going to use some of these shots as a garnish to my pie. I'll just decide, just work it around. I'll just decide. Yeah, I'm gonna create something closer to a flower with this. In fact, let me just work egg wash first. Just one egg. Put this one away. And just use a fork. Just to beat up the egg. If you don't have egg, you can also use milk as a wash. Yeah, that's fine now. What you do is you can use a brush. This is a funny brush that I'm using. It's actually designed for this. This is called egg wash into the pastry. This is what actually gives the pastry that brown goldish color when the pastry is nicely cooking. Again, you must not forget to also open holes when you bake this thing also. Even bottom and also on top. Just make sure that you use the holes to make sure that it breathes. Giving it a chance for it to breathe. Those holes are the ones that are going to help this thing to breathe while it's cooking. Steak and kidney made from home. Just make sure that my pastry is connecting there with the already cooked pastry. And some people also, they can play around, they can come up with the designs on the edges of the pastry. Today there's no need for that. Okay. Now, I'm going to use those rings of mine. Put one on top of each other nicely. Nicely. As you can see, I'm gradually creating something like a flower from it. Now, because of I'm getting to another one, just lift this one up and make sure that I get another one there on top, underneath there nicely. This one must sit on top of this one, another one on top of one another. You can see this, yeah. So then there's no need for the last one. Now also again, this one also needs a wash also. Make sure that my garnish is right on the center of it all. There's no amount of wash that you have to put. You can put any amount of wash, it's fine. It's acceptable. Can't say you can put this wash is too much. That's perfect. Now again, I'm just gonna use the knife. You can use a fork also, just for it to breathe. It's important for this thing to breathe. Mind you that the filling that I put inside here, it's properly cooked. It's tasting very, very nice. Now I'm gonna put this thing. Come and look at this. Anyone at home, I mean, there's no certifications of tools that I've used. I just got a nice non-stick baking pan. Just cook anything. You can even put mukodi if you want. You can put even mince if you want. You can put anything that you want, and that's what you're gonna see. This is gonna come out nice. And let's just get it on. I'm just gonna put it here and leave it sit there for about 25 minutes or so. Now I've got these little guys here. I think these little guys also deserve the same treatment. These little guys, they equally deserve the same treatment. Now, what I'm gonna do is same. I mean, if you look at this, let me look at it. This looks divine, and it tastes so good. Taste is amazing. Okay, I'm just gonna dish up a spoon there. 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 And look at that. Dish up a spoon here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to do one as a vegetarian. I'm going to put peas. I'm going to put frozen peas there and cheese and millicon. Frozen peas and cheese and millicon as a vegetarian. Yeah. Let's just check what's happening in the oven. Let me just warm up this thing. It's always good to use leftovers that are left in the house.
Load shading.